Ever heard of a Hikagani crab? It's a fascinating example of unnatural selection. You see, back in the old days of Japan, fishermen would throw back any crab that they thought bore a strong resemblance to a Heike warrior, their faces almost appearing in the crab's shell. So, as a result, the crabs that were thrown back would naturally propagate more, and their descendants would become even more and more human face like appearing in their shell. Isn't that neat? You know what's really neat is using a Hakagani crab as a boss fight in Another Crab's Treasure, the game where crabs use trash for armor, weapons, and money, and playing up the samurai thing, so he has chopsticks that he uses as a katana. It's so genius! And look at this, one of his attacks, he turns to show you his creepy face that's in his back, sends out a little phantom image, and it frightens your crab. That's so great! Okay, but then, last part, look at this. Halfway through the fight, you whittle him down enough, he's split with chopsticks in two. Love it so much! Another Crab's Treasure trash theming is absolutely perfect. They nail it around every corner, and they've packed this game to the gills with all of their creative trash usage. This city, the main walkway, is just an enormous CVS receipt. This little fence, it's a roll of film with actual pictures of puppies and cats in it. The buildings are bottles. Those hedges are sponges. There's a toilet brush tree. There's ashtray balconies. It goes on, and seeing the way that they use the trash throughout the game is such a delight, and they've just got so much of it, just so different and so creative. I want every game to be this creatively fueled, please. Here, look at this. This is probably my favorite enemy in the whole game. The little seahorses that... You son of a gun! I'm trying to show you off. Will you just... Ah! I'm gonna find a different seahorse to show what's going on. So the seahorses have little tic-tac hip pouches, and they spit out... Not tic-tacs, but the little dino sponges that get water and grow into dinos. Those little pails, you know what I'm talking about? It's so creative, I love it! Your little crabby protagonist Krill gets to play in all the garbage too, because his shell is repossessed at the beginning of the game by the tax man, so on your journey to get your shell back, you have to use whatever trash is lying around for your impromptu shells, shotgun shells, aluminum cans, tin cans, and look! It's Fizzle! That's the name of the soda company from Going Under, their other game! The Agro Crab verse is real! All of the lovingly detailed trash that's used so creatively is just one of many examples of how this game was made by people that really, really loved their game. That it might go unnoticed by a lot of people, but it was made by human hands that had a whole bunch of fun just making something that was really whimsical. Look at this. This is Krill's idol. If he sits too long, he starts playing hacky sack with one of the actual healing heart kelp items you have, and when you move again, he dropped it, and you have to pick it back up. That's one of the best idols I've seen in forever. Of course, for Krill, the trash shells aren't just for show, it's the main way that you defend yourself against baddies. You pop into them and they act as shields, and if they get really low, you're gonna have to try to swap into another shell. It's a fantastically unique combat system, and they pull it off so well, especially with how many different kinds of shells there are. The little umami magic attacks that each shell can have. Super well done. And when you combine it just with the little list of upgrades that you can get for your fork attacks and for your little fishing hook, the combat's got a surprising amount of depth, especially for a little indie Souls-like like this. It feels really good to fight. 98% of the time. You see, 98% of the time, the combat's awesome and you can do stuff like this. Howdy, boys. Here's a shotgun shell. Goodbye! And then you put the rubber ducky on your back when you're done and you just keep on going. The other 2% of the time, there were two boss fights that just didn't feel very polished. They didn't feel very good to do. And whatever this was... Will you just die? I just want to stand on this platform. What was that? Look, Sonic Team, it's not that hard to make high-speed rolling fun. The story was enjoyable. It had some tone issues for me, kind of sprinkled throughout, and a little bit of weird stuff here and there with the pacing, but I enjoyed the overall message, and it was fun. It was enjoyable. What's more disturbing? The crab husk or the fact that I can wear it? Vote now on your phones. Or the fact that there's a whole bunch of crab husks. I don't want to wear this. It doesn't feel right. I'm going to put back on my shot glass. R.I.P. Little R.I.C. Rest in crab. Friends, goodbye. Uh-oh.
Why do you sad, polluted crabs keep coming to this place? It's a mantis shrimp. I'm so screwed. Has your sense of self-preservation rotted away, even? Or perhaps you truly wish for death? Well, I'll gladly oblige you, my friend.
Please don't hurt me. Oh no! Oh, he knocked me out of bounds. He punched me so hard I'm not even safe out of bounds! Somebody please!
Que c'est toi, petit? Why toss your life away? For what purpose?
Terrifying. Making a Souls-like is no small feat, especially when you're a small studio, but with the stowaways, the adaptations, the combat itself, the incredible theme, and the environmental design. Oh my gosh, dudes! This environmental design is some of the best I've seen from an indie in a long time. You show me any screenshot from this game, I will know exactly where it is. That is some strong design. And the UI design. I love the way that you interact with every menu in this game. Great music, great accessibility options, one of the best games of the year so far. You think you're scary just because you're huge and do a lot of damage? No, oh my god. Oh my